Hello everybody, it's TannerFishies here, back again with a new Ninjago video here on the channel. In today's video, we are going to be going over a few of my very specific Ninjago concerns for the year of 2022. Obviously, with that being said, as of this moment of recording, we do not have a lot of information regarding the year of 2022. Most of my concerns in this video will be based off of things that have happened for this year in 2021, and with that being said, a lot of these concerns are more so, I guess, desires or curiosities, if you will. I do have legitimate concerns about the upcoming Ninjago season, and I will proclaim some of those in today's video, but I wanted to take this opportunity to kind of present what I would personally like to see in the year of 2022 for the Ninjago TV series. Now, in regards to this year of 2021, we're basically done with the Ninjago show right now. There probably is not going to be anything else coming out for the remainder of this specific year, as we've already had a couple of installments of the Ninjago TV series come out earlier this year. We had The Island in early 2021, and most recently we had the conclusion to Ninjago Seabound, which definitely gathered the attention of a lot of Ninjago fans for its shocking and basically heartbreaking ending. In terms of this video, like I said, we're going to be talking about some basic concerns that I have and things that I want to see fleshed out more in the upcoming Ninjago season, because as it stands right now, the year of 2022 is starting to look pretty packed with everything that we could potentially see. The first thing that I want to talk about is the conclusion of Nia's arc in Ninjago Seabound. How exactly will the resolution to the storyline be introduced to us in the next year, if at all? I feel like a lot of Ninjago fans are personally very shocked by Seabound's ending. I personally predicted that Nia would depart from the team following the conclusion of this season, but it was hard for me to believe that it actually happened. I never really thought that Ninjago would specifically go this route, but they did, and it's very much shocking to a lot of Ninjago fans, including myself. I'm very curious to see how the year of 2022 handles Nia's departure. We know that she's most likely going to be coming back eventually, but it's hard to say whether or not next year is going to be the time that she returns. I've already said this through multiple of my other videos, but I feel like in my own personal opinion, Nia should definitely stay gone for a little while. Primarily to actually build up the significance of her sacrifice, which we don't want to downplay too much by having her swiftly return following her sacrifice. I feel like Nia's sacrifice needs to actually sit with us for a while before we see her back again, as like I said, we don't want to go ahead and undermine that actual sacrifice. In regards to other things, we actually have a few specific Ninjago characters here that I'm kind of concerned about going into the next year of 2022. The first one that we're going to be talking about is Jay. I'm very curious to see how they actually handled Jay's character in this new season. I'm not sure how Jay will react to Nia's departure. I feel like Jay, if anything, is going to react in a very negative way. In fact, I don't feel like he's going to want to be a ninja anymore. I don't feel like that desire is going to be there for him much anymore following Nia's departure, and I know I've already mentioned this in other videos too, but I feel like Jay himself is just going to be kind of a hermit of sorts, not really wanting to be part of the ninja team anymore, and maybe we can see the other ninja try to build him back up. We already know from the ending of Seabound that Cole will most likely be Jay's personal, I guess, shoulder to cry on during the next season, so I'm curious to see where that goes. I feel like no matter what they do with Jay, there's going to be some type of discussion in the Ninjago community as to whether or not that was the correct decision. If Jay does indeed quit for a while and become kind of like a hermit type character, I don't feel like a large majority of the fan base would find that appealing, but if Jay just has nothing happen to him and if he's just a ninja as normal, I could totally see some other Ninjago fans saying that that's kind of unrealistic and in a way maybe even disrespectful to Jay's character considering how much he cared for Nia. It's obvious to me at least that Jay will be affected by Nia's departure in some way. The same can be said in a way for the character of Kai, who is of course Nia's brother and has always had some type of desire to protect his sister. Obviously with Nia's departure, Kai essentially failed in that task and he could not protect Nia, as there was no way for him to protect her from her own elemental power and the wrath of Wajira during the events of Seabound. As such, I feel like Kai is going to be in a very similar position to Jay. I'm not sure if Kai and Jay are going to be in the same position, but I feel like they will both be affected in some regard by Nia's departure. Kai might turn towards violence a little bit more than Jay would. I feel like if anything, Jay's going to shut down completely, and Kai is just going to lose his mind completely, if that makes sense. It's going to be interesting to see how the same event causes the differences between these two characters. How will each character react to that? I'm very curious to see how that turns out. Like I said with Jay, no matter what they do with the character of Kai for 2022, there is going to be a little bit of controversy surrounding this. No matter what decision they make with Kai and Jay, there's going to be some people that aren't going to be too thrilled, but then again, that's essentially how it goes with every Ninjago season every single time, so what else is new? In terms of other characters, the character of Cole as well is going to be in a little bit of an interesting spot next year. Obviously following the tragic passing of Cole's voice actor Kirby Morrow in the later months of 2020, 2020, Cole is going to be in a very interesting position, and I'm not quite sure how they're going to handle that. There's been some rumblings of Cole being recast, or maybe even excluded from the next season. No matter what happens, Tommy Andresen, one of the co-creators of Ninjago, has said multiple times that they have made the best possible decision regarding Cole's character in the upcoming storyline, and to that, I feel like we should definitely take his word. I feel like if anybody knows how to handle Cole's character, it's going to be somebody like Tommy Andresen, somebody who's worked on the show for a long period of time, and someone who has a deep connection to the series itself and its characters. I have no doubt that they have made the best possible decision regarding Cole's character. However, what that is just yet, we don't really know. We just have to wait and see. Regardless though, this tragedy in the real world is going to have some type of impact on the Ninjago story moving forward, and regarding what that might look like, again, we just have to wait and see, and actually trust the word of those who actually work on the show and pour their heart and soul into developing this series for us, the audience. Another character that I'm very concerned to see how they actually handle her is Skylar. I'm very curious to see what they do with her. We know that the power of Amber and Skylar herself will be touched on at some point in Ninjago's near future. When exactly that will be, we have no idea just yet, but regardless, Skylar will be a part of the Ninjago story in some way, shape, or form. Like I said in other videos, I feel like Skylar's powers could be explored a little bit more. We have a confirmation that the power of Amber will be explored as well, so what exactly that might look like regarding the character of Skylar, once again, we just don't know. There have been some concerns already though from the Ninjago fanbase in regards to whether or not Skylar will be replacing Nia, and I honestly feel like for a short, brief period of time, I feel like Skylar very well could take Nia's spot, and then of course when Nia comes back, Skylar would leave the team, or perhaps even stick around, who's to say. Regardless though, Skylar's powers will be explored at some point in Ninjago's future, and like I said, I'm very concerned to see not only how they handle her in the context of the show, but what the fanbase's reaction is going to be if Skylar actually does end up joining the team at some point in time. I'm curious to see how that all goes down, and I am kind of concerned for the actual stability of this fan base if a certain decision is made regarding the character of Skylar. Another thing that we can expect to see for the year of 2022 is going to be the conclusion of the Vengestone Arc, which has been something that we've been focusing on ever since Season 13, Master of the Mountain. In terms of the 2022 storyline for Ninjago, it's very likely that we will see the conclusion of the Vengestone Arc due to some cryptic tweets made by Tommy Andresen a while back. I'm very concerned to see how they handle the ending of this, and whether or not they will tie this in with Nia's return, or how they will actually continue this based off of what was established in Season 13 and the little hints that we got during Seabound. I'm curious to see how this actually presents itself, and as such, I can't help but be concerned. The biggest thing that I can compare the Vengestone Arc to is the Oni and Dragon trilogy, as that series of seasons coherently strung a narrative in between itself and created a consistent storyline that was bouncing back and forth from season to season. I feel like next year for Ninjago, we're going to see the conclusion of the Vengestone Arc for sure, but how exactly it'll utilize elements from Season 13 and even Seabound is unknown. I hope they don't mess it up. Of course, recent Ninjago has been pretty good for the most part, so I don't feel like they're going to be messing it up in that regard. Still though, I can't help but be concerned over how they're going to actually conclude the Vengestone Arc, if that's actually going to be happening next year or not. I'm curious to see who the Vengestone buyer is, of course, and once again, no matter who the Vengestone buyer is revealed to be, whether it be a returning character or a brand new character, there will be people that will be disappointed with the Vengestone buyer's big reveal. This is something that's kind of been built up for a while now, so I hope that Ninjago doesn't drop the ball on that, and I hope that the big reveal actually pays off in some way. I have a feeling that it will once again, but I can't help but be concerned ever so slightly. And the last thing that I want to talk about in today's video regarding my concerns for 2022 is just how much we're going to be seeing going on. We mentioned a lot in today's video, and all of these things might actually be applicable to the next season of Ninjago, meaning that Ninjago 2022 might be pretty stuffed. In fact, some people might actually go as far as to say that Ninjago 2022 might be a little too crowded, and as such might seem a little messy or a little incoherent in some regard, and to that I would say we just have to wait and see once again. I feel like Ninjago 2022 as a year is going to tackle a lot of things. We also have the overarching storyline of the last elemental power going on, in addition to everything we've already talked about. What exactly that might look like for the next year, we have no idea just yet, but remember, we do have the entire year of 2022. We could potentially be looking at 2 distinct seasons, so I don't feel like there's going to be a lot of room for, I guess, messiness or clustering if Ninjago takes what we know about 2022 so far and expands it out throughout the next couple of seasons. I feel like it's going to be fine, especially if there's going to be 2 seasons next year. We're probably not going to be seeing a lot of clustering going on. But like I said earlier in the video, I can't help but feel just a little bit concerned over what we might see next year and just the sheer amount of stuff that we're probably going to be getting for the next year of Ninjago. With all that being said, you guys, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my video here today, just kind of going over some various concerns and other things regarding the 2022 storyline for Ninjago. Leave all your thoughts below regarding this. What aspect of Ninjago 2022 are you most worried for, and what do you expect to see happening in the year of 2022 for Ninjago? Leave all your thoughts down below in the comments, you guys. That'll pretty much wrap it up for my video here today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and check out the links down below in the description for other forms of social media. As always, big shout out goes out to my Patreon supporters, including once again the marvelous Jan. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video once again. My name is TannerFishies, and with that I bid you farewell.